Academy football, what is the difference in levels and how do they compare? Academy football is broken down into 4 different categories, from category 1 to category 4, and category 1 being the highest and category 4 being the lowest essentially. Teams in category 1 are typically the teams that are the biggest teams in the country at that time. So Arsenal and Manchester City, for example, they have bigger funding than everybody else and they have a better environment specifically designed for player development, and all of their staff from under 9s all the way up to the top are full-time and they play in the Premier League too. Their under 18s do. Now move down to a category 2, and this is where you have clubs like Bristol City, great clubs with good funding but not as much funding as the category 1 clubs. Birmingham City, for example, they've just moved up to category 1 and they're really struggling in the youth division. There's a difference in level, but they still have a great chance of making it professional. Category 3 are made up of clubs like Walsall and Notts County and Shrewsbury. These are quite underfunded in comparison to Cat 2 and Cat 1, but they still have a good chance of progressing in the game, definitely. And at that level, it's quite regional. So for example, Cheltenham Town, a Cat 3 club, will play against Bristol Rovers, another Cat 3 club, because they're quite close together in region. However, Aston Villa, a Cat 1 club, will play against Arsenal, another Cat 1 club, and that's just how their weekly routine goes. They're from 1 to 3. Category 4 is typically clubs that are struggling in League 2 or have dropped down to the National League, and they're clubs like Rochdale. They typically have about 2 years, if they're in the National League, to bounce back into the Football League for them to be able to transition back into Cat 3. Otherwise, the governing body won't allow them to operate continually as an academy. So this is the difference between Cat 1 to Cat 4. Hope you understand. If you want to know a bit more detail, follow for more.